Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Asaph, and welcome to another edition of Asaph Cafe. This is a show where every week I invite a guest, and I just play the piano and we talk. And my guest for this week, her name is Patti Reed. She's a personal friend of mine.
Hi, everybody.
And we're just going to talk, and I'm going to start out by playing a familiar Burt Bacharach piece, This Guy's in Love with You. I play that a lot in my career. I think it's going to end up being
a good musician, very
a
good
signature
composer.
song, so I'll play it for you.
So how long have you been playing?
Since childhood.
Wow. Yeah, I have like 4 keyboards, but I'm still playing by ear.
We had to learn how to do your theory soon.
Yeah. I sometimes to me notes on a piece of paper kind of look like dead flies on a fence, but still you get through it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They had a very interesting, we might say commercial on PBS where a composer, he was playing the piano but he got stumped, and these birds lined up on the telephone lines above his apartment, and it helped him through. Especially when he started chirping, he was like, okay, now I understand. Yeah, I'm working on trying to get something going for me. It would be a documentary.
Okay, we can talk about that in a moment too.
Okay.
This is a fun song to play.
Let's see if I remember all the words. It's been so long since I've heard the words.
Yeah, it's a good song.
I know the musical melody, it's just the words that always stop me. I love your cafe, it's so stylish.
Thank you.
I think you need to add a big fishbowl for tips.
Perhaps. Well, the idea for this cafe came, I did the promo for the Lawrence Welk show, the new Lawrence Welk show, and I had like a couple hours of film time left after we did this promo for it. And that's where Asaph Cafe came from. And Louise happened to be here at the time, so she did the first one.
We don't have enough cafes already with piano players in Missoula. So
Well, if you look at the setting of this, it's like that Humphrey Bogart movie.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Casablanca. It's just kind of a cool little intimate setting here. And so this is like the 7th episode we're doing today.
Oh, well, number 7. This year, 2014 in numerology is 7. So to me, it would be like every month, the 7th day and the 17th day, the 27th day are all lucky days for those of us that didn't have that luck last year.
Well, I'm not into numerology, but I have to respect your belief, though, and I guess that's what makes the world go around. People have differences.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play. Did you see the movie Somewhere in Time?
Who played in it?
Jane Seymour and Christopher Reeve. Love song. You'll probably recognize it.
I think I might have, because I've seen a lot of Christopher Reeve movies.
Something about this piano, this seems a little quiet to me today.
Do you know, what's the one? There was one where Christopher Reeve was with Lois Lane and Superman, and
I think
can you
I
read
know
my
one.
mind?
Yeah, I think I know that one. Let me see. It's been a while since I've done it.
always wanted to be Lois Lane up there with Superman. I thought that was
That's
cool.
probably every lady's dream.
Oh yeah, Christopher Reeve was quite the dream, that's for sure. I'd sing a little bit louder
That's
because
all
I'm
right.
cold right now. Nobody would have ever imagined that Superman and Lois Lane were actually with a giant fan over their heads on this beautiful large box that they had to lay their tummies upon and fly through the imaginary air.
Well, actually, that was quite a movie that Superman would George
Really
Reeves,
good.
and what was her name? Margot Kidder?
Margot Kidder,
Yeah.
yeah.
But my personal favorite of the Superman movies is the one with George Reeves, the old black and white television series.
Oh,
Remember
yes.
that one?
Yes, that was so long ago. Whoa.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would ever remember George Reeves. I think they'll
I've
remember.
seen it a few times. It was like, wow, they really had to work on the special effects back then.
Yeah, I think they'll remember Christopher Reeves. But no, that's a beautiful song. Can you read my mind from that movie?
Yeah. I like
And by the way, I just improvised that song just now. I
Did
never
you?
actually played it.
Oh, you did good. You did
I never
good.
played that song before. I just kind of improvised my way around it.
You did really good.
Well, there's a trick to improvisation. You know, you have to have a extensive knowledge of chords and scales.
Yes.
And what it does is it increases your inner ear so that you'll be able to pick out the notes. You'll be able to hear it in your mind. And when I was at the conservatory, I did a lot of ear training and study.
I was doing that at my Halloween party. I have this little itty bitty keyboard, aside from the other ones that are the real thing.
Mhm.
And like when you turn it on, it goes, you know. So get ready. So I was like playing by ear to like between Fleetwood Mac to the Cars or anybody that would come on there. And then then my guests go, what kind of CDs do you have on your 5D CD player? And I said, oh, well, it's a lot of Celtic women, a lot of Irish music, because I love my heritage. I love it so much. So they go, really? So we became in a Celtic women mood. And that lasted, actually, I was surprised, for an hour and a half before they get, some of the guys go, okay, that's kind of boring. We need to hear something else from FM 100. So we moved back to Z100 after an hour and a half.
Well, you were talking about rock and roll earlier. Let's have fun with the Stones. I think you've heard me play this year. Let me turn this up and do that again. Hold on.
One of these times when you're playing that, Mickey Jagger's gonna say hi.
Yes, I'd like to meet Mick Jagger in real life and play
I
that
could
song
see him
for him.
saying hi, surprise. Can you handle 2 guests extra now?
Yeah. Well, if I could meet the real Mick Jagger, that'd be kind of an interesting experience.
It'd be a jolly old
Play
England
that.
experience, yes.
Yeah, I'd probably date myself because I remember him when he was on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Oh my goodness.
You know, when he looked like a kid.
Yeah, now you can get the DVDs, ladies and gentlemen, at the public library.
Well, actually, I have the Ed Sullivan Show in my collection at home.
Oh, do you? Oh, yes.
collection of
I
movies,
was watching quite a few from the Beatles,
Yeah, I have
James
the Beatles
Brown,
too.
and a
Mhm.
whole bunch of them.
Well, let's have fun with James Brown for a second. a piano song, but
That's pretty good though. That's pretty good.
well, anyway, getting back to Jagger, if I could meet him, I'd like to play that Painted Black for him, at least the piano version.
I was watching on YouTube and all that, and they were actually putting up a challenge for you. Because they were flashing you doing your thing, and then they had Mickey over here doing his thing. And
I guess I wasn't aware of that. I hadn't heard about that.
They were asking, audience, what do you think?
Well, actually,
so you hit survey status.
I'll have to check that survey out. I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, that's great.
That piano version of Painted Black, that's a personal arrangement of mine that I made up, and I had to practice a lot to get
You did
that.
good, because you stirred a lot of media eyes. It's awesome.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. I'll have to check that out. And the same with that Feel Good, I Feel Good, James Brown. That's my own personal version of that.
Oh, that's cool. That was cool.
And
I
it
could
sounds
tell.
better on a regular piano, but I was taught how to do that. I was classically trained as far as the regular classical music, and one of my teachers showed me how to take popular music and make them sound classical. So
like Electric Light Orchestra.
yeah, because
You're very good at
a lot of people don't request traditional Chopin, Beethoven when you're in a cruise ship or hotel setting. So
Well, it's kind of like with me when I'm singing to amateur bands, or if I do karaoke.
Mhm.
I change, like if it's a guy's song and he's saying she, I change it to he.
yeah,
You
I know.
know? And
Yeah.
there was one time I was in Telluride, Colorado, when I was up there. It was just called the Outback Saloon,
Mhm.
and it's not a very big place. And there was this really good-looking guy with about 6 good-looking women, real pretty, right?
Yeah.
And the moment he started walking away from them, I was like, "Uh-oh, cat fight or something?" I'm worried. So I'm kind of eyeing up the DJ, going, "You got my back, right?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was singing Wyona, Jed's "No One Else on Earth," and I changed the last part, and that's what got him motivated.
All right, I'm gonna put you on the spot. I want you to sing a lick of something here. I'll see if I can just figure it out in the background.
Well, let me tell you this last little bit. So I changed the last part where he's supposed to go, "How did you get me to?" How the hell did you get to me? He left the women, came over in front of me and sat down, goes, "Oh baby, sing some more." And I swear these women were getting claws and everything. I'm like going, "Go, shoot, go. I don't want a cat fight. Go."
Okay, you want to sing just a few lines of something? Do a Patti Klein's Crazy? I'll put you on the spot.
I know a little
All right,
bit of that.
just sing anything, and I'll see if I can fill in some notes. Just pick a song at random that you do.
If there's one thing in my life
Okay.
that's missing, the cool change. It's the time that I spend alone, sailing on the cool and bright clear water. It's kind of a special feeling when you're out on the sea alone,
Mm-hmm.
sailing on the cool and bright clear water. Time for a cool change. I know that it's time for a cool change.
Very good. There we go. I'll freeze on that chord, but very good. Yeah, there's a trick to all that. Like, if you ever get a chance to learn your theory, you have to know your chords, scales, inversions. You've probably heard that term.
Right.
And it, like I told you, it helps your inner ear, and then you can start playing by ear more
See, I finally-
because you know what you're doing.
I finally got the figured out between my voice range, right?
Mhm,
Okay, for the longest time I was second soprano, first alto.
Okay.
But one of my friends introduced me to what was it? I'll think of it in a second. But it was like a fruit, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was not ready for it, and I did not know. Oh, it was ginger.
Okay.
Okay. And they have ginger now fed up with, they soak it in sugar and stuff, right? So I was munching away on that. I didn't realize it affected the voice and cleared it out to the point where now I went up a second higher octave.
Okay.
So I'm a first soprano, second soprano, and first alto now. So I'm still getting used to my voice new now, so I'm scared of going too high up there and
Well, you sounded good for what you did, just impromptu,
I know that song was from the Little River Band, and I actually got to see them in a concert in Denver.
Wow.
It was free. It was at the Civic Center Park
Mm-hmm.
between Colfax, West Colfax, and West Broadway, and they were on they're on their little tour, and they were taking a break in Denver and getting ready to go back to Sydney, Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to talk to the lead singer for a little bit, and I just enjoyed it. It was so nice. It was just
Good.
It was a nice day. It was back in 1993 when I seen that.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the good times. I even made it through the day with my kids, especially since my oldest one wanted to go back to McDonald's for a second helping. As children do.
Yes.
But now his children can do that for him. Asking for his helping help when he thinks he's done.
I'm having fun, the Righteous Brothers here.
Oh, you lost that love and feeling. You lost that love and feeling. Now it's gone. Gone, gone. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I always think of Tom Cruise every time I hear that song. Well, technically, I think of him.
And the barroom singers.
Well, no, not that. I this is gonna sound a little insensitive. I think of Tom Cruise in his underwear sliding.
Oh God!
Every time I hear that song.
That's Bob Seger.
You know, what was the name of that movie? Risky Business. I think that was his first film. And I remember the first time when I saw that, I just fell out laughing. I think I must have rolled on the floor like, oh no, I didn't see this man just slide across like that in his underwear. Yeah.
I'm like, I know that song.
And I was thinking, you know, that's something I probably would have done when I was in high school if my parents had left the house.
Oh yeah.
I would have invited a bunch of friends over.
We wait for at least an hour to make sure they're not coming back with a phone call or anything. We got them out the door. Yeah. That.
Well, one of the craziest things I ever did when I was in high school, my father, you know, he's in the Air Force, and he used to have this Cadillac in front of the house.
Right.
And me and my brother took the car one day when my dad wasn't home. I think I was like 16 at the time.
You are a real American.
Yeah, and we took my dad's Cadillac, and we were driving down the road, and all of a sudden one of the neighbors said, "You better put that Cadillac back!" Really loud. That's a true story. And so I just turned the car around.
Yeah, I remember.
And then we pleaded with the neighbor, "Please don't tell my dad. Please don't tell my dad." And she said, "Okay, we're not." She said she wasn't going to tell, but one of the other neighbors saw it. What did she do? As soon as my dad got home,
she filled him in.
Yes, she turned me in. I got in trouble that day. And then there was another time I got caught with my dad's car. Do you know what fishtailing is?
Yes.
You know, you do a figure 8 and a power steering. Well, I took my dad's car another time, and I was speeding down the street because it had like the power steering.
Right.
And I went, and I made this turn, and I made the car skid like this. And then I turned on the main street where I lived, and just when I turned around that corner, my dad was coming in.
Oh no, timing was not good.
Yeah, and he was with one of his Air Force friends, and my father was on the passenger side of the car.
Oh,
and if
man.
looks could kill, he's like, when I get home, I'm gonna kill that Asaph.
I'll remind him who owns the car.
Yeah, we have an old saying where I come from. When you get in trouble, give your soul to Jesus, because your ass belongs to me. And when my dad got home, oh my goodness, he just laid into me for
He made it very educational.
Yeah. Seat of the Board of Education, as the old saying goes.
I did that one time. One of my friends came over. She really wanted to go out joyriding so bad. I said, well, okay, your timing's good. My dad's asleep. Hold on a minute. So I crawled on the floor literally around the couch, because I like to sleep on the couch after TV. And I picked up his keys, and we went out there, and I'm like going, oh shoot, I couldn't figure out which key unlocked the padlock, right? So I'll be right back. So she waits out there by the gate. I go in the garage, and I get the hacksaw. And I cut one of the links enough so that it wouldn't be noticeable, but we could unlock everything, right? So we pushed the car literally almost all the way down the alley, and I used to live at 1110 Phillips on the west side near the Scott Street Bridge. So we ended up getting in there, driving around in his nice little vehicle, having a good time, and I even put the exact amount of gas back in. I did everything right? But I didn't work the link out right when I hooked it back in and pushed we literally were pushing the car halfway up the alley back into the driveway, so that way nobody would know, right? Except Dad knew the next day when he goes, what's wrong with my link on my chain here, you know?
Yeah, you know, when I was growing up, I did a lot of crazy things. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I don't endorse taking your father's car and fishtailing it. That would
was
not
another
be very
era.
smart. Yeah, it was a different era when
There
I
was no
growing up.
GPS at that time.
Yeah, you do something stupid like that, you might get caught and get your license taken, so don't go there.
Yeah, yes. Or detach the chip that has GPS and your parents' phone first. No.
Yeah.
Which-
So, well, I'm just dating myself, you know. I just turned 56, so that was a long time ago, the crazy
Oh,
things
that was
I
the good
did.
old days, they call them now.
Yeah,
But those were good days. Those were good days. That, I mean, that's the era that we cherish a lot because things were a little bit more sensible back then and more fun. We knew what Friday night and Saturday night was for. You know, it wasn't for just, oh, you're going to have to relieve yourself and have a little bit of fun and you got to go work the next day. So luckily back then you got Friday, Saturday, and then you recouped on Sunday. Because you knew you had school Monday through Friday again.
Yeah.
Because there was that after school work programs, but, you know, other than that, we...
Well, we're going to probably do another taping here after we close this here. It's about that time. And ladies and gentlemen, before I close, again, welcome to Asaph Cafe. And Patti Reed is my guest, and she'll be my second guest when we do this show in a little bit. But before I conclude, this MCAT studio helped me do this Music with Asaph, which is a remake of the Lawrence Welk Show. It was shot September 29th and it aired October 29th. And it'll be on television this weekend. If you have Charter at home, you can see it on channel 189 at 5 o'clock our time. And if not, just go to mcat.org and click Watch Now, and you'll be able to see the entire program this weekend.
If you want to get a hold of Patti, you can get a hold of Asaph.
Yes.
Here, and you can get a hold of me anytime.
It's called Music with Asaph, a remake update of the Lawrence Welk Show, and it'll air this Saturday at 5, or you can just go on YouTube and look up Music with Asaph, a remake update of the Lawrence Welk Show. It'll be a fun show to watch. I'm attempting to make this show go national, so I'm hoping that...
We're pushing it.
Yeah, I'm hoping the networks will pick it up.
We'll show you there's talent here in Missoula, Montana, for God's sake.
Well, there is talent here, and if I get this opportunity to get this show picked up, I want to start showcasing not only people here in Missoula, but beyond.
And we want to get to Ireland with our show. We love the Irish. I'm totally Irish, so I love the Irish.
Well, as a signing off here, I'll play Coming Through the Rye as a conclusion for the first part of this show.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
This is the last song for this show.
I'll bring out the Irish in you.
Yeah. And on that note, Maranatha.
Good eye, mate. No.
Okay, that's show number 1, and they can edit all this part out here. Okay. So I guess we have time. Let's do another one.
Okay.
We'll do another one. Do you have to, ladies' room, you're cool?
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll do a second taping of this.
Okay, sounds good. You'll have to show me which way to go again for the...
Oh yeah, I can go this way here.
It's quite amazing. I get lost. You know, you do that.